Hmm. You read it right. I said it in you read the title of this video correctly. DL men are dangerous, and I'm going to tell you exactly why. So I've done a video similar to this many years ago here on YouTube, and you guys can go back and watch that video. I did not go back and watch that video in preparation for this video. I'm sure my sentiments are the same, but I thought it is worth talking about again because recently I had someone write in the comments. I'm going to bust out the shirt. I just realized. I had someone write in the comments, um, basically on that video. Uh, I just recently saw this comment because it just popped up that I had a comment and it was from that video, which by the way was like, I think 6 years ago during the pandemic or something, where I said DL men are dangerous. And this person basically, I guess, didn't like that I said that and then went on to write a whole dissertation with like, I mean, I'm not even like numbers and everything as to why someone might be DL or why all the. I'm like, did you watch the video at all? Because by the way, there was a time that being DL was not a, and I think we're still in that time. It was not a thing that anyone aspired to be, or that someone like the trans community or a the gay community called someone DL as like that's what we called them. But it wasn't like they were like, oh, I'm DL or like whatever like that. I mean, some of them maybe, but like it was never like an aspirational thing to be. And I think we have, because this has come up so much recently in media and social media about DL men, especially with like the whole thing with that person that was on the like exposing DL men who had a whole like identity attached to that. I just think it's crazy to me that you guys didn't understand what I said in that video. So I'm going to break it down for you again. I'm going to tell you why I believe that DL men are dangerous. First of all, I'm a trans woman. I transitioned 21 years ago. I used to only date DL men. I transitioned at a time that it was not popular to be transgender. Not that it's popular now, but we just were hidden, right? And we just kind of lived our lives. Not even that we were hidden because we were always around, but like we weren't just out and proud, and there was no huge representation on mainstream media for trans people. And the government did not have a vendetta against us like they do right now. And so we just were at the forefront of anybody's mind. And funny thing is, at the time when I would tell people I was transgender, I would have to explain to them, whether it was man or woman, I would have to explain to them what it meant to be trans. And it's just interesting to me because at the time I only dated DL men because these were men that were attracted to me, straight men that were attracted to me because I am a woman, but just didn't want other people to know. And then there were people that sought me out. And there are people that, I think it's a little bit different now that there's a lot more guys. And I had to make the decision. And also I had low self-esteem at the time. So like, don't judge me, but that's just where I was. And I was very young. Like I said, 21 years ago. Okay. We did not have anybody on TV who was transgender, and certainly not in the most respected lights that we do now. But I will say that the men that date gay men and that are down low, because that's what DL stands for. I think you knew that. And the men that date trans women that are not proud to be with those trans women, they are dangerous because for so many reasons. And these are the reasons that they're dangerous. They're dangerous because in order to tell that lie, when you tell that lie that you are secretly gay or secretly trans attracted, you now have to tell other lies on top of that to keep that lie, right? And the lies keep piling up and piling up and piling up. And the worst thing for a DL man is being found out. And if they are, sometimes, not always, they will do anything to keep that identity. They will do, there have been women that have been killed, not because, what did Electra say in Pose? They don't kill us because they hate us. They kill us because of what it means to love us, right? There have been trans women that have been killed because a man, it was found out that a man was dating her. And there have been guys that have been beat up and killed because they were dating a guy who was DL. That's why it's dangerous. Dangerous for us and could be killed. It's dangerous for the women because there's no telling what a man will do to protect his manhood or to protect his sexual identity. It's extremely dangerous. It's dangerous. It's irresponsible. I don't trust it at all. And that's one of the reasons that I could never do it again. It's one of the reasons I could never date someone and also have higher self-esteem than that. Like, you're ashamed to be with me? Like, what are we talking about here? You're ashamed to be with me and you say that you love me? That's crazy. And I've dated way better men than that. You know? Like, there are so many better men that have professed their love for me. And here's the thing. If you know me well, or if you've been following my career or following me at all here on YouTube or on social media or in general, you know that I am private. Like, I don't talk about who I'm dating. I don't talk about, relationships, and like, I'm not just, that I'm dating are not plastered all over social media. That's not a part of my brand. It's not a part of my identity. It's not a part of my career. So I don't have that. There's a difference between being private and being secretive. There's a difference for these DL men. There's a difference between being DL and being private. If you are someone that dates whoever you want to date and you just are not like open with telling everybody else stuff and you're just that's fine. But to have someone dim their own light or be secretive and be like, hidden because of your own insecurity, of societal pressures, for pressures from your own community. Because, by the way, the person that I said that left that comment, and you know who you are, left that comment, basically was saying that, maybe they have older people in their family, or maybe like, especially in the Black community. You can't speak to me about that. And I'm going to tell you why you can't speak to me about that. I am a Black transgender woman. Okay? I am a triple minority. You cannot tell me that you can't tell me anything about there's older people in your family that don't get it, or there are people that you don't want to have to explain it to, or societal pressures and all this stuff. You can't talk to me about any of that, because I overcame all of that to be who I am. And I didn't just overcome it because it got better or it went away. I overcame it because of my own mindset. Okay? But I'm not here to coach you on how not to be DL. I don't care about that. I just know I wouldn't want anything to do with you. And my advice to anybody who is trans or gay is to not be involved with DL men. They're dangerous. Absolutely. They're dangerous because they're sleeping with just about everybody, and they're going back and forth, and forget even like STDs, because I know like people always worry about that, especially women will worry about that, because if they find out that their man is cheating with a woman, then they're just, angry. They may be angry, but then they find out that they're cheating with a man. Oh my God. Like, now you might be bringing me STDs, as if you're not worried about that in the first place. You should be worried about that anyway. But it's just so crazy to me, because it's the amount of things that can happen and that have happened. These are not hypothetical things. You could just pull it up. You just Google this. Google is free. You can Google all of these things as to what has happened when someone has been DL and messing around with gay men or messing around with trans women and not wanting to be open about that. My advice to you, not DL men, people who have may be dating DL men, or people who might potentially be interested in someone who is DL. The reason I say don't do it is, one, you can lose your life. Two, it's horrible on your self-esteem. Three, you deserve so much better than that. There's so many things. There's so much that can happen. There's so much. Like, why would you lower your standards in 2026? And let me just say this. We're going to die. We're going to die. We're all going to die. There's not one person right now that is going to escape that. Live your life. Who cares what people think? And that's my advice to the DL men. Who cares what people think? You're not taking them with you because of what the men in the barbershop are going to think, or because of what the people in your family are going to think, or about who you love. You're going to waste your time being worried about what people think about who you love, and you're going to die anyway. And those people get to go and live their life and do all the crazy stuff that they want to do and not be judged for that. And then my trans sisters and my gay brothers and sisters dating DL people, like, we're not worth more than that. That, to me, a DL man is so 1999. It's so whack in 2005. Like, it's so tired through and ridiculous. Why on earth would you date a DL man? Why? When there's so many other people that you could be dating, there's so much higher self-esteem. DL men only exist because we, both trans, gay, and cisgender women, biological women, allow it. That's it. That's it. And let me just say this. I once heard T.S. Madison say, women hate DL men, but you create them every day with your children. Now, I'm not putting the blame on women, because I know women always say, you know, like, y'all blame us for everything. You blame them. But for those women, for those women that do this to your sons, stop acting like that. Stop doing that. Stop doing. And I say that as someone who was a boy child that happened to. Yes. Every day of my life. You guys have heard me talk about this before on this channel. Every day. Stop sitting like that. Stop walking like that. Stop talking like that. Every day it was people tried to suppress my girliness. Now, I wasn't gay. I'm trans. But the number of stories that you can hear from gay and trans people telling you of how they have been, their family tried to suppress it and wouldn't just let them be themselves. Or they were told, you're not going to be gay in here. We don't do that in this family. That's wrong. The Bible says this and all that. Drilling that into your child causes them to grow up and try to fight against nature and date women and ruin women's lives and get them pregnant and break their hearts and cheat on them while they're cheating on them, beating up the woman because that's not what their preference, but they're just going with societal pressures, or beating up the trans or the gay person because they hate themselves and are mad with what they're having to fight within themselves. Yeah, that happens. Absolutely. So I would say, don't do that to your children. If you see even an ounce of that, let your kids be who they are. That's the only part that I say with that, right? But DL men exist for that reason, especially in the Black community. Especially in the Black community. DL men exist because of the Black community thinking that being gay or trans is weak, thinking that it's wrong because of Christianity or the Bible says this and all these different things. Yeah, that's why it exists. It also exists because gay men put up with it. You know, the trade or the DL men that you know, being the preference. Oh, because he's, you know, it's a badge of honor to get a straight man when that's hot and everybody want him, and he's not like girly like all the other gay guys, and he's not in the community and all this stuff. Or having a DL man as a trans woman who is ashamed to be seen with you in public, or ashamed to hold your hand, or ashamed to be proud to love you. Yeah. If trans women stopped dating DL men, if gay men stopped dating DL men, they would have it wouldn't even be a thing. If people in the Black community, not just women, didn't think that being trans or gay or being or loving a trans or gay person was a bad thing, wouldn't exist. Wouldn't exist. I can guarantee you it wouldn't be the way that it is right now. So yes, I stand by my sentiments in that video from 6 years ago. DL men are dangerous. They're dangerous to themselves. They're dangerous to other people. They're dangerous to whoever they're dating. Is dangerous to society. Absolutely. It's not anything aspirational to be. It's not a good thing to be DL. So don't give me a reason as to why you might have, there might be this thing, or maybe his job doesn't let him be no, save it all. Don't talk to a transgender woman about that, whoever it is that wrote that comment, or that might write other comments in this. And I know there are going to be people in this that are going to give me pushback in this video, but I stand by what I said. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you like what you saw here, if you're interested in hearing more. This is not all that I talk about. In fact, sometimes it's hard for me to talk about this kind of thing, but it's just been something that's been in the media and in news, and this has just kind of been what's been on my mind. So anyway, I love you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video.